Yeah, it's John G. Sutton here. Tales from the Jails. Going to talk today about a certain documentary last night. Bronson, Fit for Freedom. Is he fit for freedom? Well, I'm going to discuss that a little bit now, and I do believe he should be freed. 48 years in jail, goodness gracious me. Here we are, my book. Don't forget to get that book, folks. I wrote it. Anyway, let me tell you this, Bronson. Right, you see the problem, that documentary hasn't done him any favours whatsoever. Because assuming that the parole board have seen it, and I believe they will have, yeah, they're going to be saying, what on earth is this nonsense? I mean, he's talking to somebody called Barmby, is it, that's been supposedly his son, and he's stating things like, what the parole board want to hear is remorse. So you will, and he's like rehearsing him. So as soon as Bronson, or Charles Salvador, or whatever he wants to call himself, goes before the parole board and starts repeating virtually word for word what this Barmby character has been feeding him, you're going to think, well, this isn't sincere. This is not the actions of a man who is really repentant of his actions. It's not. And then, of course, to make matters a great deal worse for Charlie, what they've done is they interviewed the art teacher that he took hostage. And he took him hostage for 2 days and threatened to kill him and said I was going to slice his throat. And then, of course, we've got Bronson talking about his connections with the Cray twins, with the great train robbers, with various other big name villains, yeah, eulogising upon the brilliance of these diamond geezers, so to speak, you know, when really what we're talking about is serious offenders that he is holding in awe. You know, these are the people that we respect. In actual fact, having met them, I don't respect them at all. They're basically cowards. They really are. I mean, it's no good, you know, these people who use weapons, knives, guns, hit men to do the killings for them, pretending to be super tough villains. They are basically not. I mean, I see them in prison and they do what they're told. Go and get yourself into your cell. And they go and get themselves into the cell. I mean, unless they're fighting every day, which they ain't going to be wanting to do that, then, I mean, they're basically prisoners. That's it. And the system has held what is arguably one of the most notorious tough guys in Britain, Charlie Salvador Bronson, 48 years. I mean, he's so tough he can't get out. And now he's faced with the parole board and he's allowing himself against the regulations. It's a regulation of the Ministry of Justice, of the Home Office, of the Prison Department, that inmates may not partake into televised programmes without the specific authority of the Ministry of Justice or the governor of the prison, and he definitely did not have that. So Charles Bronson has not done himself any favours with that, Charlie Salvador, whatever he calls himself, and it's a damn shame. And of course Barmby isn't helping matters when he says, oh, he's got numerous ladies and I send them, what was he said he was sending them? Sex toys. I mean, what are these sex toys, eh? I've got one here. Yeah, I don't know if this is any good. I mean, would this be a good sex toy? I don't know. This is a... Charlie, stop doing that. You're making yourself a lot of trouble. Ah, sausages. Seriously, it's madness, isn't it? And that's what's been happening. And he's got himself on the TV. There's another part to this. Bronson, Fit for Freedom. And the way he's going on, the parole board's going to say, well, it's obviously not. I mean, at one point in this little documentary, he's talking about attacking a prison officer with a broken bottle or a broken jam jar or something and slashing him up. He says it was like an abattoir in there. That's rather celebrating violence, and yet at the same time he's saying it's just contradictory, and that is something that the parole board do not want to hear. Contradictions from inmates. Don't forget, they're going to put this man, if they decide to release him, and I sincerely believe that they should, because 48 years in prison for what? I mean, all right, he held the art teacher hostage. He also held some Iraqi terrorists. He held them hostage and told them to call him the general and strutted up and down naked and all that. And he's had a number of events like that. At one point he was on the roof, I believe it was at Broadmoor, where he was parading around naked on the roof, and he's a showman. And if you've seen the film Bronson, they get that absolutely right. He is shown as playing to the gallery, and that is what Charlie Bronson's done. It says in the documentary that's what people expect. His fan club, he believes he's got a fan club. I believe he has, but it's not helping him. He needs to get out of prison, settle down and concentrate on his art. I mean, it's crazy stuff, showing people with cages over their head, barbed wire wrapped around them, bolts through their neck, prison doors, but he's painting exactly what's going on in his mind. So it's impressionism, a form of insane impressionism. I'm a great fan of it. I mean, get it out there. I mean, I write my book, I showed you my book, I wrote about what I experienced. And people are saying, oh, that couldn't happen. And I said, believe me, I was there. Everything in that book happened as I wrote it, yeah? Did not make it up. It can be checked. It's in the papers, it's in the Crown Court records, it's in the Magistrates Court records. Yeah, all down there can be verified. That's exactly what happened. The names of the inmates, all there. Anybody who was at the Scrubs at Strangeways at the same time as me will tell you that is exactly who the people were, and what happened to me is unique, what happened to me. So read it in my book, folks. But as for Charles Bronson allowing himself to be hoodwinked in that, the only thing that comes to my mind as I'm looking at this is that it may be that at the bottom of all this he's frightened of freedom. And I know it sounds crazy. He says that he can smell freedom again, but he's never managed it. Each time he's been released, he's instantly reoffended and been thrown back into prison. And in prison, he's repeatedly offended. All right, he probably hasn't offended now for what, 5 years, 10 years, something like that, which goes a long stretch for him. And he's 70 now, and psychopaths and tend to burn out, when they get past a certain age. So let's hope that he is considered to be ready for release. Bronson fit for freedom? Well, I sincerely hope so, Charlie lad. But that's not done you any favours. What we're going to do now, I haven't got my song dinger. Listen, I know you're panicking now because I haven't got it, but my grandson took it the other day and I've not just found it yet. He's been playing with it, see, ding 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 and all that. So I'll just give you a little ding dong ding dong ding. Accept that as the song dinger, and stand by for action, because I'm gonna castrate this bastard song. Pardon me for lapsing into the vernacular there, Paula, and it's not a Scottish song. I love a lassie, a bonny, bonny lassie, she's as sweet as the heather in the... that kind of thing, Yeah. But it's not, in actual fact. Ding dong ding, there you go. Run for it, Larry. Run for the hills. This is a song made famous by Elvis Presley. It's going to get destroyed by me. It's one of his earliest songs, because I really like Elvis pre-1958. when he went to join the army. He came out as bloody, I don't know, a mummy's boy kind of thing, didn't he? You know, what was that when he did wise men say, you know, all that stuff, you know, Blue Hawaii, and well, it's all very nice, you know, but it ain't that really groovy rhythm rock and roll that we liked before. And this is a song that dates from around about 1956, 57. This is Don't by Elvis Presley, absolutely emasculated by the infamous John G. Sutton. Don't, that's what you say each time that I hold you this way. When I feel like this and I want to kiss you, baby, don't say don't, 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 don't leave my embrace, for here in your arms is your place. When the night grows cold and I want to hold you, baby, don't say don't, don't. If you think that this is just a game I'm playing, if you think that I don't mean every word I'm saying, don't feel this way. I'm your love and yours I will stay. This you can believe, I will never leave you. Heaven knows I won't. Baby, don't say don't, please don't. Well, I don't know about don't. I don't intend to sing that again. I bet you're delighted with that. Tales from the Jails, John G. Sutton. Don't forget to have a look at my TikTok channel. Bye. It's Jailer John, by the way.